Mrs. Green Apple, we're going to start something a little bit different today because we have been doing track by track listen throughs to Mrs. Green Apple's albums, bringing them up to date. We've listened to Antenna, before that we listened to Attitude. We've been picking up their most recent singles as they've been coming out, and I keep on saying to you guys, this is all great, but I want to know where they began. So I've done a little bit of digging. Now, I went back and I did see that their very first album was called 12. And I looked at it and it came out in 2016. But you guys might remember in a previous video I mentioned that I was aware they had an EP before that. However, the EP, you could never find it, was called Introduction. It was apparently only a live venue only version. There doesn't seem to be any copies available online. The band don't seem to have a version up on streaming or anything. But then what I noticed is that this little mini album called Progressive came out in February of 2015. So only a few months later, and still almost a good clear year before 12. So I thought to myself, Progressive, that looks like that's where we should start. That's where we should start our track by track listen through. And would you believe it? Progressive is actually listed on their YouTube, and you can listen to the whole thing, all 6 tracks. And that's what we're going to do. Yes, I know there might be more clicks, there might be more views if I check out the most recent stuff. And I know people want me to check out Darling and stuff, but I want context. I want to go back to the beginning. I want to understand the roots of the band. Because, you guys know me. As much as I love the mainstream stuff, I spend my time in live houses. I love live house bands. And that's what I want to kind of get to really see from this. And this, look at this. It's only got, look, can you see this? Can you see this? It's only got a measly sub 30, it's nearly at 13 million views. I guarantee if I press F5 before when we finish this stream, it will be at 13 million views. This is, I wanted to check this out. I really wanted to see this. I really wanted to kind of go back to this point. I will say though that while I was on Mrs. Green Apple's page, I did find something quite beautiful about it, which is you've got all these options about the type of discography you want to check out. And if you press record, you know what, at this point in your career, if you've got nothing to put in there, I think you can just remove that tab. I don't think you need that tab. And for anyone who's saying, they had a record once before, whereas, yeah, they had this once before as well, but that's still listed. So, Miss Green Apple, you can remove that tab. You don't need the record tab. If you're not going to release a record, it's fine. You take away the tab, okay? Anyway, I'm going to take away that tab from my browser, and we're going to check this out. So I'm really excited to hear this. This is, what's this song called again? This song is called, Oh My God, I Can't Read That Kanji. And I love that. I love the fact that this album has got songs that are named in Japanese as well. Don't get me wrong. It's great to have English named songs, and I love it. And so many of my bands who I love release songs with English names. But there's something beautiful about that period in your career where you're like, forget the rest of the world. I'm writing so my friends and the people in the live house can hear me, so I'm going to write it with Japanese titles. I'm already loving this. I'm loving the ethos of everything. So I'm enjoying this. Although this one I can't. Something person. Anyway, let's check this out. I hope you're going to enjoy this one with me. Like I said, I know I'm not going to get as many clicks for this, and I will check out the new stuff soon. It's just, I'm enjoying this. I wanted to get to know a little bit about where the band started, so I wanted to go back to Progressive. So I hope you enjoy this album with me. It's only a mini album, and then we can listen to whatever you want to next. You guys can maybe vote for it, but I wanted to do this, okay? Come with me on the journey. All right, let's check this out. This is Progressive, mini album, and we're starting with a song where I'm going to have to go get the kanji for this and check what it means. By the way, I love that you can just see the first frame. It appears to be a live house. Let's check it out. It's in Fever! No way this is in Fever. Oh. Anyway, I know this live house. Oh, Mars? Okay, this is several live houses that I know then, okay. the rawness is so... And yeah, it's still got all those Mrs. Green Apple qualities to the sound. Oh wow, okay, they were playing some big stages as well when they did this. So they were already pretty well established by the time this music video came out. Is this music video contemporary to the album? Or is this like a retrospectively done music video? I love those little... This has got to be done in retrospective video. I need to know. It was released in 2021. Okay. That makes much more sense. So you're really getting to see the full progression of their career. That is so cool. This makes a lot more sense now. But you know what? I guess we'll know as the album goes on, but I wonder if this song is re-recorded. That's Tokyo Dome. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. Before we even talk about the song, that actually makes me feel kind of emotional. Like legit, that makes me feel kind of emotional. I'll tell you for why. Because you know, I was saying at the beginning of this about how like a big thing that I really care about is like live house bands, and I spend so much time trying to like lift them up. That's kind of, you see this is kind of like, you know, I'm like looking at it like, oh, is there performing on the stage at like Fever and like, you know, Mars and all these places that we kind of know, and you know, sort of Fever's like, you know, just outside of, I think that's the one just outside of Shimokitazawa. It's like, it's a short enough walk, you can just about get there. But you know, I'm kind of looking at all of this, and like, it really is. I think about a lot of the bands, live house bands I work with, and this is that when, you know, when I'm sitting there and I'm setting up cameras for them and I'm recording at their like live shows, and I'm like plugging stuff into the mixer desk to like record their audios. Oh, you can have a copy of your recording and everything. Let's go, and you know, chatting with them afterwards and all this. And you know, they're standing at their merch table and they're selling their CDs and things, just exactly like Mrs. Green Apple would have been standing at their merch table selling their CDs. When you do that, there's this kind of, everyone, whether it happens or not isn't the important thing. You're enjoying that moment. You're loving that moment. And I always say this, for all, more bands are going to not fail, but are going to never achieve fame than obviously the number who are going to achieve fame. And there's, you know, there's degrees of that in between as well. But when you think about those, when you think about that moment, everyone is just enjoying that moment. But you're all kind of, as much as you're enjoying that, there's also that dream that everyone's looking forward to, which is maybe this. And a couple of the bands I've worked with have certainly started going in that direction. And of course, the one who I work closest with, they're really moving in that direction. They just sold out their first one-man show, which is going to be on this Sunday. And, you know, everything about them is like doing well. And I think about, like, I work with them so much, and I think about, you know, one day for them to be, I believe one day they'll be on a stage like this. And so I see that kind of thing, and I start to think about, like, you know, not only Mrs. Green Apple as a band, but I think about, like, obviously their fans. There will be people who have, you know, you look at this and not playing around, but you look at these people in this room right here and now, right? There's going to be some people there. Yeah, you're always going to have plenty of people in the room who are just in the room. So what's this band? Oh, fuck, it's on Down the Live House. Let's go check it out. But you're going to have people in that room who are standing there and they're like, I love this band. I really want this band to succeed. This is just the band who plays Down My Live House, but I really want this band to do well. I believe in them. They can do it. Yeah, I believe in them. And then, I don't know. You look at all these people here, and I wonder how many of them were here. Maybe there's some of them in there. And that's beautiful. Yeah, that's really beautiful. That's when we talk about the difference between, like, loving and supporting music, and when we talk about what that means, you know, I mean, not to get back on this subject again, but, you know, I've spoken so much about the fact that I understand that in many places, and, you know, AI music is going to have, you know, it's already taken over the charts in the West, and I understand AI is going to be a big thing about entertainment. But when we talk about why in places like Japan, where music is so important and so creative and so fresh, why there's something that can never be replaced by AI. What I'm really talking about is this. It's like this thing where, you know, Mrs. Green Apple play these songs that are amazing, and there'll be other bands who play amazing songs. But if you've been following that journey, if you're a Mrs. Green Apple fan and you've been following that journey, however far back your journey with them goes, that's a journey. Each new song is a continuation of that. Each new song is the next, you know, the next page or the next chapter in that story. And so the songs, they're all going to be different, but they all have kind of like that through line, that continuity, that thing that keeps them going. And that's why when I do these Mrs. Green Apple reactions, that's why I love reading your comments, is because I'm reading your comments, and I'm reading the comments of people who, you know, I'm just kind of, I know so much about this band from seeing them around, but, you know, I'm only starting to listen to their music, and there's so many of you who, you know, maybe you've been listening to them a year, 10 years, whatever it is. You know, this is a journey that you've been on with them. And so I see this kind of thing, and, you know, it does make me kind of feel emotional, because it's like, you look at it and it does mean something. It does mean something. Now, talking about the song solely, I will be honest, the song it's really nice. It's a straight rock song. Doesn't kind of have any of the big arrangement stuff that their more recent stuff has. It's pretty straight shooting in a lot of ways, but I love the fact that it still has a lot of the inherent qualities that we associate with Mrs. Green Apple. Really interesting melody, delivered in the way that Omari usually does. You know, he's got his fantastic vocal style, really comes across here, sings with a kind of a power, but also a very light sort of kinetic style that he really bounces across the rhythm. Really enjoyed it again. Love the drum work. I know I know they're now a 3-piece, and the drums are still good, even on, like, Antenna. The drums were still good, but I think the drummer definitely she had some kind of quality going on. That was great there. Again, the addition of piano, the fact that piano is such a central instrument, and even going back to this one, loving the fact that we're getting that stereo layering, you know, the sounds are bouncing between both headphones. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was just super cool. Really carried a lot of the modern Mrs. Green Apple qualities, and that does make me think, is this recording the original recording? Because this is a retrospectively added music video. Is it also a re-recording of the song? Now, I guess that's something that we are not going to know until we get deeper into the album. I mean, this music video, I don't know, just from the whole presentation, the whole way the name is written and everything, you know, you don't write your name that big on your music video thumbnail unless you assume that people don't know who you are. So for me, I'm assuming this is probably an original, and these ones are almost certainly going to be originals, but I don't know. Maybe this is a re-recording, and we'll find out when we go into the next few songs, I'm sure. There is one more thing I'm going to do before we finish up here, though, which is that I did notice this link. You're all sitting there thinking, I didn't notice it. I noticed it. I noticed it. And yeah, I opened it up. This one has 12 million views. It's got nearly as many views as the other version. Let's do it. I want to know what it means by stage mix. Is it a live version? love the piano in it.
嫌いになった人は全部少しの仕草でもダメになっちゃう気づけた
So far it looks the same.
嫌い探しです
Sounds similar.
そんな私の霊をきれいに洗ってください
I'm just gonna quickly check. Is the mix? Is it the mix? Is it because I was talking so long I didn't notice the difference in the mix?
全部少しの仕草でもダメになっちゃう気づけた嫌い探しですそんな私の霊をきれいに洗ってくださいあなたはその傷を
I don't know what's different. I don't know what's different. Someone tell me what's different. Wait. What? Wait, that's even more. Why is the official? Wait, no, it's the same one. What? Wait, so it's got a link to itself? Okay, so you guys did notice the link, and you were like, Howard, what? Why are you clicking on the link to the same video? Why has this video got a link to itself? I'm leaving this in. I'm not editing this out. You can watch this and you can be as confused as I am, or you can laugh at me. I don't care. I have no idea what the hell that's about. This has actually just linked me back to the video that I was already watching. I almost watched it twice. I will watch it twice, but not with you. I'm going to watch it on my own. Oh dear. Well, look, I'll tell you what. So as I said before, I really enjoyed this. We are going to continue this track by track listen through to Progressive, the mini album. And I'm seriously looking forward to sharing this with you guys. I mean, do you know what? I love it. It's so old, they can't even get a high-res picture. This has got JPEG artifacts all over it. I don't know what resolution this is in, but it is a resolution that says 2015. Anyway, great stuff. So thank you again, guys. Look, thank you so much for sharing this with me. This was really enjoyable, and I'm genuinely excited to listen to the rest of this album. As I say, I will go check out the newer stuff soon, and stuff like Darling and the stuff that I'm sure is going to get a lot more clicks. But this is something that hopefully, I hope this is something, because I've had so many really cool Mrs. Green Apple fans in the comments, I hope this is like something that I can share with you guys. And then, hopefully we can enjoy this together and it will make listening to the new stuff even more valuable. So, as always, let me know what you think. Get down in the comments. Tell me all that. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. Or Korea. I'm in Korea. I know. I keep forgetting. I'm in Korea right now. For a little while longer. For now. Ciao, ciao. I just F5'd it. 13 million views. Good times. They got more views in the time it took me to record this reaction than I get in like a month.